Hi everybody, I'm Suranga. I'm in Goldford today. So we are going to talk about spoken English. And what I'm doing today is sending you a link of a short produced by Steave Kaufman. Steave Kaufman is a hyper polyglot. Why should you say that? Steave Kaufman, a hyper polyglot. Who is a polyglot? Polyglot is a person who speaks a good number of languages, who has mastered good number of languages. So when it comes to Steave Kaufman, there are a good number of polyglots. When it comes to Steave Kaufman, he is called a hyper polyglot. Why should we call him hyper polyglot? We call him hyper polyglot because he speaks good number of languages. Basically, when people speak 5, 7 or more than 8 languages, basically we call them hyper polyglots. So in that sense, Steave Kaufman is a hyper polyglot because he speaks more than 20 languages. That is it. His advice to you, if you want to improve your language skills, don't think that much about grammar. Grammar is not that important, he says. So that is for short. So therefore, within 1 minute, you can go to the video and you can complete the video. And you just go to that. I'll link it. And you can find it there. And that is it. Yes, just think about blind people. When you think about blind people, we know that they haven't read books or grammar or whatever it is, but they speak good language, good Sinhala also. In our villages, even we find old blind people, but it's true, they use the language to the fullest. And the language is really good. And they speak good Sinhala language. How come? The reason is they have never seen grammar books, so they have never studied grammar also, whatever. But they speak good language. Yeah, at the same time, when you think about small kids, the 5-year-olds, they speak good language, they are fluent, their vocabulary is really, really poor. They have not mastered the language. They have no idea what grammar is, but yet they speak good languages. That is it. So, there should be something we have missed in learning languages. Learning languages at school. In schools, I think 1,500 hours are allocated basically nearly for language learning. But when you come out, you cannot speak. That is it. Generally, 1,500 hours. So we have missed a link. We have missed something. So we have no idea why we cannot speak even following such a big course. That is it. So therefore, we have to think about that, the missing link. So people tend to learn grammar. Learning grammar, grammar and grammar. A lot of books and everything, but they cannot speak. Those days, even we had this problem. When we were at universities, even we had no idea what the lecturers were talking about. The lectures, we did not understand the lectures. And we had only alphabet, and we did not read books because we did not understand what the books say. So that was the thing. But within a very short period of time, we received this language. So we know, therefore we know that how to do that. And that was the real thing. So if you want to improve the language, especially the spoken part of a language, maybe Urdu, maybe Hindi, maybe English or anything, that you have to get the support get the help of who is doing that, who has learned the language in a difficult way. So that is, we have done it. To think about grammar, we can go to a sort of analogy. Analogy is a sort of a similar situation that represents an idea or a concept. So my analogy is basically the car. You just think about a car. Car has many parts. The car has a radiator, car has steering wheel, and then car has, say, 4-stroke engines, pistons, mounts, brakes, and a lot of things, a lot of materials. So a lot of gadgets, parts. So you have a very good idea about all these parts. And but for all, you cannot drive the car. What is the use of knowing everything about the car if you cannot drive the car? That's what's important. So you have a car, you have bought a car, you know each and every part of the car, you have mastered it, everything, how 4-stroke engine works and things like that. But as for all, still you don't have an idea how to drive the car. The car is to drive, not to have a sort of knowledge about it. So therefore, if you cannot drive the car, it is useless. So grammar is like that. You know about language, but you cannot speak. What's the use of it? So therefore, learn how to speak the language. How can you do that? Yeah, when it comes to spoken language, what is really important is listening. Why should we say that listening is really important? Because in listening, sound goes into your head. Spoken language is a sound system, as you see. I'm talking about something that is basically a sound. So therefore, if sound does not go into your head, it does not come out naturally. If you want to speak the language, you have to listen to a lot of things, maybe podcasts, maybe YouTube videos, or maybe audiobooks or whatever. You should listen to them. Automatically, naturally, the English registers in your head. So then you can do that easily. If you are listening to Sinhala, maybe videos or lessons and everything, the most part of your lessons are of Sinhala, then you won't pick up the language. You won't be able to speak the language. You won't be able to speak English language if you are listening to Sinhala basically. Maybe lessons, maybe vocabulary, maybe sort of idioms or whatever it is. Totally you should be immersed in the language. So if you are listening to Sinhala, most of the content is basically a Sinhala, you won't be able to speak English language by doing that, and you have to practice by yourself. So then that is for sure, that is by experience, we know that. It does not happen. It never happens. If you are listening to Sinhala thinking that you are learning English, it will never happen. So what I'm doing is not, I'm talking about English, I'm teaching you English. How should we know that I'm teaching English this way? The reason is I'm giving you a good practice of listening. Better if you listen to native speakers, that is really good, that is the thing. But first you can go to Indians and some other people who are doing things in English. You can use vlogs easily to acquire the skill. So therefore, make it a point to listen to English podcasts or English things, simple things basically, or children's programs even. That would be quite good. You don't want to think about programs for adults. And another thing is you can select what you like. Maybe if you like sports, or if you like nature, if you like music or whatever it is, there are very many videos, content in internet. As there is internet with you, you can learn English language easily. So therefore, don't worry. Start listening fast. That is it. Yeah, bye for now. Yeah. So this is my small video today. Bye for now. Subscribe.